Welcome, movie lovers. This is MapRecap. Today, I have brought you on an exhilarating journey through the heart-pounding action and mind-bending science fiction of One More Shot, 2021. Get ready to relive every pulse-pounding moment, dissect every thrilling twist, and uncover the secrets that make this film a must-watch for any sci-fi enthusiast. Join me as we delve deep into the cinematic universe of One More Shot. The story begins with a science lab named Black Rock, where the company was giving a presentation of their new robotic suit. This suit could make an ordinary person very powerful, even capable of withstanding bomb blasts. The responsibility of giving this presentation was with the company's chief engineer, Amy, and her presentation impressed the clients a lot. However, the clients were afraid that if someone wearing this suit betrayed them, it could cause them a lot of harm. But Amy assured them that they would hire the world's best fighters using their VR system. Hearing this, the client's worries vanished, and he congratulated the head scientist, Dr. Owen, to finalize the deal. After the client left, Owen told Amy in private that they had indeed created a double-edged sword. If it fell into the wrong hands, it could destroy the world. But Amy told Dr. Owen not to worry so much. Meanwhile, a security team was getting ready with their weapons, and their job today was to protect their boss, Anthony. Actually, Anthony had made a discovery that could significantly reduce the use of petrol in the world, and because of this, big oil traders were after his life to stop him from revealing this invention at an international conference. The head of this security team was a man named Luvong, who was not only an ex-army officer but also an old friend of Anthony. After that, they stepped out of the room, but at that moment, a strange sound was coming from a guard's earpiece, and then a bullet hit his neck directly, followed by a grenade explosion. When Luvong looked up, he saw a team of hitmen firing indiscriminately at the guards. At that moment, one of the guards set off a flash bomb, taking advantage of which Luvong, Anthony, and the other guards fled from there. But they were attacked again while descending the stairs, injuring many guards. However, Luvong somehow managed to take Anthony to the second floor, where many people were present. But then, two attackers disguised as waiters attacked them, after which Luvong started beating them using his tremendous fighting skills and quickly told Anthony to run away from there. But unfortunately, Anthony reached a room where some people were already waiting for him with knives. But at the last moment, Luvong also reached there and skillfully killed all the enemies. Even after this, when he took Anthony out of there, two more attackers opened fire on them. Using his wits, Luvong somehow defeated them as well. After that, he broke a glass and pushed Anthony off a bridge, but in the process, Anthony's leg broke, so Luvong had to drag him across the bridge. They thought they were safe, but then some hitmen also arrived there and started shooting at them, one of which hit Luvong's leg. Despite being injured, Luvong killed many hitmen. Then suddenly, Anthony slipped and was about to fall, but at the last moment, Luvong grabbed his hand. Meanwhile, the hitmen were still firing at them, but ignoring the bullets, Luvong held onto his friend. Then a helicopter arrived and started killing all the hitmen, taking advantage of which, Luvong pulled Anthony up. Due to his injuries, Luvong spent the next few weeks at home with his daughter Fang and wife, and he was feeling good being with his family. One day, his wife suggested that Luvong should retire, but Luvong was not ready for it yet. Just then, the doorbell rang, and when his wife went to open the door, she encountered the same hitman team that had attacked Anthony. Shortly after, Luvong's wife came holding a bomb that was tied around her neck. Luvong wanted to save his wife, but he had very little time, so his wife locked herself in the bathroom. Seeing her mother in this condition, Fang immediately ran towards the bathroom. Luvong also tried to move forward, but then the bomb explosion took his wife's life. A year later, Luvong now worked as an electrician and lived in a small house with his daughter. Fang was also severely injured in the bomb blast and now walked with a stick. One night, while eating dinner, Luvong received a call from Fang's doctor, who told him that Fang had a clot in her brain, which needed to be removed through surgery as soon as possible, otherwise, Fang could die. After this, we see Amy partying in a club, where Luvong was also working. After drinking a lot of alcohol, Amy went towards the bathroom, where a man noticed her and started following her. After finishing his work, Luvong went to the club owner to collect his payment. As Amy came out of the bathroom, the man immediately started assaulting her. Hearing Amy's voice, Luvong, who was passing by, reached there and started beating the man. He dragged him back to the club, where many of the man's companions were present. They also attacked Luvong, but using his fighting skills, Luvong easily defeated all of them. While beating one of the men, Luvong suddenly remembered his wife's face, causing a severe headache, and he left the club in pain. The next morning, Luvong went back to work, but when he returned home later, he saw that the lock on his house was already open. Luvong immediately became alert, but when he went to Fang's room, he saw Amy telling her a story. Luvong thanked Amy because Fang had been very sad for the past few days, But after meeting Amy, she was very happy. However, Amy couldn't understand why a capable person like Lu Vong was living such a miserable life. Lu Vong said that he didn't know anything other than this. But Amy wanted him to work as the security head for her company, for which Lu Vong refused. However, Amy asked him to think about it again and left her card so that Lu Vong could call her if he changed his mind. As Amy was about to leave, they heard a noise from Fang's room, and when they reached there, they saw Fang lying on the ground. Lu Vong was very scared, but then Amy immediately injected Fang, bringing her back to consciousness. The next day, Lu Vong received a call from Fang's doctor, who told him that an unknown person had paid for Fang's treatment. When he returned home, he saw that Fang was sleeping peacefully. After that, he got ready and went to meet Amy at the Black Rock lab. First, Lu Vong thanked Amy for paying for the treatment, but Amy directly told him about the robotic suit and wanted Lu Vong to be its pilot. Lu Vong then told Amy that he had PTSD, meaning that sometimes during fights, he remembered his wife's death, making him incapable of doing anything. But Amy told him not to worry because she knew everything about him. After that, Lu Vong sat on the VR machine with 3 other men, and as soon as it started, he found himself in a shipping yard where he had to save a woman from many enemies. Lu Vong immediately started killing all the men one by one, and fighting through them, he reached a room where many men were waiting for him. But with his strength, Lu Vong defeated all of them. Then he saw a woman there who looked exactly like his wife. Seeing her, Lu Vong had a severe headache, and he suddenly stood up from the machine. Now Lu Vong wanted to leave, so he kept shouting to open the door, but then a huge explosion occurred, and some hitmen started firing indiscriminately. Somehow avoiding them, Lu Vong came out, and the hitman leader set a bomb in the lab and blew it up. Lu Vong was badly injured but bandaged himself quietly. The attackers had taken all the scientists hostage in the lab, and when Lu Vong came out, he saw the dead bodies. He then picked up a gun and decided to go after the attackers. When he reached the camera room, he saw that the attackers had taken everyone hostage, including Amy and Dr. Owen. The leader then grabbed Dr. Owen and said he was there to get the power core, but Dr. Owen refused to give it to him. Angry, the leader shot 2 other scientists. Finally, Dr. Owen agreed to give him the power core. Meanwhile, a hitman had captured Lu Vong, but using his speed, Lu Vong attacked him immediately. When the leader heard the gunshot, he asked the hitman about it, who lied that everything was fine, but in reality, Lu Vong had taken him hostage. Dr. Owen took advantage of this opportunity and activated the self-destruct mode. Furious, the leader shot him too. However, the leader didn't know how to stop the self-destruction, so he decided to kill everyone and leave. Lu Vong activated the fire alarm, and the leader sent some men to find the cause. Amy decided to stop the self-destruction to save her colleagues. Lu Vong killed a hitman and wore his clothes, but some attackers were coming towards him, so he threw a fire extinguisher to create an explosion, taking advantage of which he killed 2 men and tricked the 3rd man into thinking he was their ally, but then shot him too. Amy was trying to stop the self-destruct mode when the leader realized that someone was killing his men disguised in their clothes. The leader started talking to Lu Vong through the radio, and Lu Vong was trying to reach the leader. On the way, he encountered 3 attackers, including their captain, who ordered Lu Vong to remove his mask. When Lu Vong didn't comply, the captain pointed a gun at him, but Lu Vong attacked them before they could react. He easily defeated 2 attackers, but the captain was a strong fighter, and it took Lu Vong a lot of effort to finally defeat him. As soon as the leader tried to contact the captain and got no response, he became very worried and told Amy to stop the self-destruction as soon as possible. Just seconds before the explosion, Amy stopped the self-destruction, and the leader easily removed the power core. Amy thought the leader would let them live, but the leader said he was joking and they were all destined to die. Before he could shoot, Lu Vong tried to negotiate, but the leader was not ready for it. However, when Lu Vong let him hear the captain's voice, he immediately agreed. According to their agreement, the leader would exchange all the scientists for the captain. Before going inside, Lu Vong hid a bomb in his clothes and then went straight to the leader with the captain. But this was a trick by the leader to bring Lu Vong out, and he immediately shot the captain in the head. Seeing this, Lu Vong snatched the leader's gun and took him hostage, allowing Amy and the other scientists to escape. But then the other attackers attacked Lu Vong, and to save himself, he used the bomb hidden in his clothes. Taking advantage of the explosion, Lu Vong escaped, but as soon as he came out, he heard Amy screaming. Following her voice, he jumped into a garbage tank. A little further on, he saw the leader holding Amy. The leader threatened to shoot Amy and ordered Lu Vong to drop his gun, which Lu Vong did out of fear. But the leader's gun was actually empty, so he picked up Lu Vong's gun and shot both Amy and Lu Vong. However, there were only 2 bullets in that gun, so the leader started looking for a pole to kill Lu Vong. At that moment, Amy grabbed the leader's leg, and in response, he hit her several times. Seeing this, Lu Vong remembered his wife's face, and when the leader attacked him, Lu Vong blocked the attack and started beating him. But the leader was also very strong, and there was a fierce fight between them. During this, the leader kicked Lu Vong onto a sharp object, and at that moment, Lu Vong pulled the pin on the grenade attached to the leader's body. He held onto the leader, taking revenge for his family. After a few seconds, they both perished in an explosion. At that moment, Lu Vong opened his eyes in the same lab, and it turned out that this was all part of the VR test. Lu Vong had successfully completed his mission, and Fang's operation was also completely successful. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.